Good morning and welcome to Sunday. Today's topic for our devotion, again, all devotions will be coming from today.refrainmedia.com. And today's topic is well done, and we'll be reading Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 through 30. And I'll be reading these from the English Standard Version. And this is about the parable of the talents. For it will be like a man going on a journey, who called his servants and entrusted to them his property. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, to each according to his ability, and then he went away. He who had received the 5 talents went at once and traded with them, and he made 5 talents more. So also he who had the 2 talents made 2 talents more. But he who had received the 1 talent, he went and dug it in the ground and hid his master's money. Now, after a long time, the master of those servants came and settled accounts with them. And excuse me, and he who had received the 5 talents came forward, bringing 5 talents more, saying, Master, you delivered to me 5 talents. Here, I have made you 5 more. His master said to him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a little, and I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master. And he also, who had the 2 talents, came forward, saying, Master, you delivered me 2 talents. Here, I have made 2 talents more. His master said to him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over little, and I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master. He who also had received the 1 talent came forward, saying, Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow, and gathering where you scattered no seed. So I was afraid, and I went and hid your talent in the ground. Here, you have what is yours. But his master answered him and said, You wicked and slothful servant, you knew that I reap where I have not sown, and gathered where I had no seed. Then you ought to have invested my money with the bankers, and at my coming I should have received what was my own with interest. So take that talent from him and give it to him who has the 10 talents. For to everyone who will more be given, and he will have an abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. And cast the worthless servant into the outer darkness. In that place, there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Many Christians dream of what it might be like to stand before Jesus one day and hear him say, Well done, good and faithful servant. Could any other affirmation be more important? Can we be assured of receiving that kind of affirmation from Jesus? Yes, we can, through faith in him. As Ephesians 2:4-10 explains, saving grace comes through faith as a gift to us from God. That's what Jesus teaches in this Matthew 25 parable. 2 servants receive abundant gifts and trust their master enough to go out and invest those gifts. Any investment invokes risk, and yet these servants were willing to take that risk because they trust their master. The 3rd servant doesn't trust the master, doesn't invest his gift, and then loses his gift and his job when the master returns. God, our master, insists that we trust him. God gives all gifts to invest in the world around us, particularly in ways that show his love to others. But if you ever have been faced with the choice between stopping to help someone and getting to work on time, you might understand how the world doesn't always value our desire to invest our gifts for God's glory. Trusting him enough to use our gifts his way isn't always easy. But if we want to hear him say, Well done, we have to trust him anyway. Let's pray. Dear Jesus, help me to trust you and to be faithful with all that you have given. And may I look forward to the joy of hearing you say one day, Well done, good and faithful servant. Amen. Thank you for following this journey along with me. This has been very healing to me and very enlightening as well as we move forward through this. And I feel myself growing closer to the Lord, which is always a good thing. Again, phone numbers on the video screen right now. It's also in the description below, as well as our email address. So if you ever need somebody to pray with you, pray for you, or you just need somebody to talk to, please feel free to give us a call or send us an email. Myself or Shelly would be more than happy to talk to you, or both of us. Just know that you're not alone and you're loved, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks. Have a blessed day, everybody.